We're working on the planet brochure, so I just wanted to kind of go over how you do this. Now, I've printed it out. You have an electronic copy of this in the lesson. You are welcome to print it out and fill it out as well, but what you would want to do before printing is to delete all of the information where it says things like, write 2 sentences about why we should visit your planet, and here you must have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. So you would want to delete all of that so that when you print it out, you have a box that is blank that you can just fill in with the information, not the instructions. A brochure for traveling to a destination shouldn't have instructions on what should be in each of the boxes. Okay? Your other option would be to use construction paper and just do it all by hand. There are some parts that you would want to remain the same. So, for instance, here you would put out of this world vacation, you would leave that the same. Or if you're doing it by hand, you would write in out of this world vacation, visit, and then put the name of your planet there. So that would be something you would have to delete too if you're going to print this out and use the template as your template. Then you would want to insert a picture here, so you can glue a picture on if you're doing this printed out. You can glue a picture on here, or if you're doing it by hand, you can glue a picture on, or you can draw a picture. Drawing it is fine as well. And then you can name your own travel company. So it says your name in brackets, and then it says travel. So it would be your name travel, right? That would be your travel company, and it has a an address on there. You can change the address if you want. It doesn't really matter. Some of it is just to keep it looking like the travel motif that we're going for. So this would be the second page, or actually the back side. So if you're doing this by hand, you only need 1 sheet of paper. On one side you have these 3 panels, and on the other side you have these 3 panels. Okay? If you print it out and you get 2 pages, you can basically glue them together or tape them together once you've filled it all in. And then you're going to fold it so that it's what's called a trifold brochure. So once you get all of this information about your planet or your moon or whatever you've selected for your project, you're going to fold it so that it actually seems to be in order. As it stands, without folding it, it doesn't seem like it's in the correct order. But when you fold it into 3 equal parts. Sometimes you can fold both sides over together. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Let me pull it back towards me a little bit. And if you do it right, all the edges should line up. Okay, and this of course would be 1 sheet. I have 2 separate sheets, but your front would be the cover page, which is what we want. And then the back would have the quick facts, if you can see that. I don't know. Quick facts on the back, and then when you open it up you get entertainment on this panel, you get discoveries here with a nice couple pictures over here to draw the reader's attention, and then you got some weather information, some travel essentials that people would want to have with them to travel to that planet. Things like oxygen. If your planet doesn't have any oxygen, they might want to bring some oxygen with them. If there's no water on your planet, which there probably isn't because Earth is about the only planet with water, they might want to bring some water as well. Sunscreen if they're close to the sun, things like that. So there's lots of examples and questions here to help you fill out the information that we're looking for. I'll put a picture of your spaceship on the 3rd panel, and that's it. Okay, so that'll make a nice little brochure. You can pick any planet that you want. You can pick any moon that you want, one or the other. And you're going to research the information. In the lesson, there are a number of links to websites that contain tons of information about all the different planets and the different moons that each planet has. And some of this is going to be grounded in reality, what we know about these planets or moons. Some of it is going to be kind of a little far-fetched. We're going to suspend reality for a moment. So things like entertainment, what kinds of things can you do there? Well, let's say you're doing Saturn, and Saturn has rings. Maybe you go surfing on the rings, or race, and maybe you do races on those rings. So that obviously would be something that wouldn't really be able to happen. Of course, traveling to most of these planets wouldn't be something we could do anyway. But so for some of the fun stuff, you can like come up with imaginative ways to do fun things if you were able to travel to the planet that you've chosen. And then other things are like, seriously, this is what this planet is all about. Okay? So find some cool pictures of it as well, and that's it. Don't forget, on the inside third panel, there's a bunch of contact information. If you're not changing the information on the front, you don't have to change it here, except to change the name, because in here it says Alney Travel, in here it says Your Name Travel. So make sure they're consistent, that it says the same for both. So put your name here where it says Alney, change that to your name, and if you're changing the address out here, you can change it in here too. Don't put your actual address. We don't need to know exactly where you live. Don't put your actual phone number on there. You can go with the 222-5555 or whatever, okay? And email, you can just leave it at yourinitialstravel.com. So if your initials, my initials are JH, so I would have my email address be jhtravel.com, that kind of thing. So that's all there is. Here's an example of a student who did this last year, and hers is pretty good. She did it by hand. She's got her quick facts on the back. You probably can't. So here she's got her name. She's went with Uranus, and there's the information down at the bottom. She put her name on it, which you do have to put your name on the front so that I know who you are. You just don't have to put an actual email address or physical address. So here's the inside of hers. You can see what she's done there. You open it all the way up. There's all the information. And then the back panel, she drew in her own pictures. Kind of hard to see, but maybe you can see it. And did some quick facts over here. This is the back panel. Okay. And hers is folded into 3 equal sections to make it a what we call a trifold brochure. All right? Okay, so have some fun with this.